Grand Rising to you. So I'm going to, like always, invite the devotees to do that. Just have to do it this way. With share the link. Paste. Post. Okay. Okay. It's a bit slow today. Okay, I'll check to see if it's posted. Yep, it's posted. I'm going to just share this in the groups as well. Okay, we have 18. 18. 888. 888. What's another group? Oh, yes. Apostles. That's Kroon's group. Can't find it. Oh. There you go. That's Kroon's group. That'll do, I think. I think it's a bit late for William. He's sleeping. Okay. Shri Krishna Chaitanya. 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 Shri Krishna. Okay. Krishna Chaitanya. Prabhu Nityananda. Sri Advaita Gadaha. Shivas. Adikura Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Okay, that's enough. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Govinda, good morning to you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. It feels like this. I remember walking to school in this weather. It's raining. Actually, you can't see. It's raining, clouded over completely, and raining and dark, and like a wintry morning. It's not that cold, but well, actually, it is. It reminds me of school. Walking to school in all weathers. So now, we don't even have to do that. We get up for spiritual school. It's a nice memory, actually. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Not being inflicted, didn't feel inflicted by, I can't remember feeling. I've got some glitch in my restream. It keeps trying to kick me off like it does when I'm in class with Maharaj. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna. So what is it? This potency that we receive, this potency, this ecstasy of laughing and crying, hair standing on end, blowing your nose, yawning, Hare Krishna, the sweating, hair standing on edge. I think that happens to Lalita. Many different symptoms, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And you can read in the Nectar of Devota many individual symptoms. And only the real bona fide spiritual master and ecstatic devotees know that those individual symptoms of ecstasy, they can recognize those individual symptoms of ecstasy that you may not have seen before. But you know that they have ecstasy. You know that the Lord is within their heart, because you can see how they're changing, how they're evolving, how their words are different, how they speak different. How when they talk, it flows really nicely and people can really receive that vibration without any kind of glitches and things. Is that the right word? Disturbances in actually the flow of hearing these words. You can really see and experience one's ecstasy and others' ecstasy as well. We can receive the joy of the ecstasy of others as well. And this is a great thing about spiritual family. In this family, oh my God, in this family, in this Sangha headed by Srila Guru Haridas, new frontier. This has never been done before. This has never ever been done before, and it's happening here now in this Sangha. And we are hitting, actually, is that the right word? We're embracing the new frontier of receiving the Lord by going through a clearing under the direction of Srila Guru Haridas in a safe house where you can feel safe. And if you don't feel safe, as some devotees have, like Lalita hasn't been feeling safe recently, that is the working of the demon. The demon wants you to feel scared. The demon wants you to walk on eggshells. The demon wants you not to listen to what you need to destroy that demon that is there inside dictating one's behavior. It doesn't want you to listen to the words of your guru. It doesn't want you to listen to the words of other ecstatic devotees that are actually sharing with you. You just need to let this go. And you know what, Govinda? They block me, they can unblock me. They still have blocks. It doesn't really matter. They still have the blocks within. And so it doesn't really matter. Maybe Johan, he's going through purification and clearing by himself. Maybe he's too embarrassed to show his purification and talk about his purification because he doesn't know how to. If you just watch my classes, and he'd know how to do that. So they still have blocks. Blocking or not blocking is actually really truly about the inner block that people are having. That little tight kind of hatred and that vibration of hatred. It's not nice, of envy, whatever it may be, jealousy. It doesn't feel great. It's not part of who we are. So all you do, you hide it away, you block out anybody who causes it you. That's it. I'm fine, I'm happy, I've got a great time, because you're hiding away from everything. So nobody really can trigger you. Don't you think I've got used to them with Karuna? And actually, with my parents have been triggering us all our lives practically. They're just real to the, at home, real to the point. It's their culture, it's with the way their parents brought them up. We have the same, but we have the English culture as well, and it's about taking whatever I can from whatever culture, whatever I've learned, to be able to share and use those propensities, or actually, what's another word? Previous experiences that we've been through, to share the Lord, to get to know the Lord more deeper, to receive the potency of the Lord much more, and getting rid of blocks. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Daphne, hello. Hello, you are so pretty. I can't see you on here, Daphne. So pretty, you moon are so shining through a pretty face. Do you know, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Everything that, and more is coming that I've wanted to, and loads of things, Daphne as well, that have happened that I didn't really know it could happen. Because watching people here and actually being shocked and bewildered about people's behavior, especially when they say they love you and they care about you, their love was kind of reflected in a way that I found really shocking. Receiving this love from Maharaj, receiving Prema Bhakti, having the power of that, the shelter of that Prema Bhakti upon us, and actually being cuddled by that, embraced, cuddled, yes, like a big teddy bear by this Prema Bhakti. We are able to really relax and let go, because there's no predators. There's nobody out there that's going to trigger me. And the thing about it is, if they do trigger us, they're triggering us in a safe space. It's a safe space where you will be held. You'll be able to go through your trigger. You'll be able to understand your trigger. You'll be able to understand it. And you know what? Break it, let it go once and for all in this space. Yes, it's a safe space. And when you're triggered, it's like, people hide their triggers and run away from them because can't deal with them. It's a family affair, the real spiritual family affair, to be able to deal and help others with their triggers and with their traumas and with their, especially when you've been going through them yourself, especially when you've had the great bona fide spiritual master Srila Guru Hari that's spoon feeding you Krishna consciousness, because you're a little demon yourself, and coming out of that demon behavior, coming out mixed with all goodness and mixed with goodness and less ignorance. Safe space, absolutely, Tom. And like I said, if we don't feel safe, and like I say, Lolita's a good one at the moment, walking on eggshells. I used to do that with Karuna sometimes, and Karuna used to do that with me, going through all of these triggers that we've been going through, and simultaneously being here in this Sangha has helped my marriage with Karuna so much more than before. Otherwise, I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't deal with the triggers. I couldn't deal with the constant frustrations and triggers. It's too much. Here with Srila Guru Haridas, it works. It's real home. It's real rest. It's a real space for everyone to be able to let go of all of those things. I don't want to let go. No, let go. No, don't want to let go. No, let go. No, but it's been with me all my life, and I love it, and I know it's really horrible to me, but let go. Wake up, let go, because we don't even understand, because we haven't been taught these things. We haven't been taught our boundaries. We haven't been taught when enough is enough, playing with this world. Our parents are at work, they put us somewhere else. They're not there to guide us, really, because of the way the world is. It's not their fault, it's just the way it is. But here, whatever is going off in our lives before, we don't have to wait lifetimes anymore. We don't have to go with that saying. We don't have to attach ourselves to those words. It's after many lifetimes. We don't have to go on that path. In fact, this Sangha is not about that. To anyone, this path and what Srila Guru Haridas is teaching, and I know I'm raising my voice a little bit, is because it's so true. This path is, I forgot. We can learn anything through this. We can get anything through this. Srila Guru Haridas, there you go, is teaching Raganuga Bhakti, the second path in Prabhupada's books. If we're not, why teach a path when people are not ready? There's nobody there to make those people ready now, since Prabhupada left. He went, he left, he's there in spirit, he's here in spirit, he pops around at times, he comes, and It's his second path. We're teaching Raganuga Bhakti to if you feel, oh, lifetime after lifetime, and if you've been in that environment where they say that to you again and again and again, I can understand that you're in that space, because you've gone somewhere, where you want to receive the Lord, you want to, understand spirit, live in spirit. This world is a trauma. Let's move on. And they say to you, it's lifetime after lifetime. Me personally, they didn't say that much in Namahata, where I used to go. And I just ignored it. Lifetime after lifetime? I couldn't even fathom that. I just ignored those words. And here, Maharaj came and received the Lord in this lifetime. None of us are ever ready. None of us are ever really ready. Here we start to become ready. And we might think we're not ready, but Krishna knows our heart more than we do. He knows that we can get through this. He's seen it. We can get through these things. And being held by the family, excuse me, I'm just putting this on. I can't see all comments. Being held by the family, we're not on our own. We're together in this is the real family. All others are reflections of this eternal family. And it's for everyone. Whereas material families, there's boundaries. You can't get in. You're left out, or you're not. It's just arguments. Because everybody's trying to bring in their own way of living. It can happen here in the Sangha. There's room and space and time, patience, tolerance, real safety. And if you've been in that place and hiding these things that make you feel like, walking on eggshells, like not being able to stand up for yourself, like not being able to say, no, I'm not doing that anymore. No, I'm sorry, but I'm really tired. I've had enough. I've learned to do that. I haven't liked doing it, but I've got used to doing that, especially here, more so than ever. I don't want to do that. I'm not going to ruin now. And I've kind of never been like that. And you know why? It's because I've seen my mother she's not actually burnt out, really. Even my mother stopped working at 55 because she couldn't deal with it. She made that decision. She usually leaves them to my father. If you've been living in that fear and you are hiding those things, they will come up here. The deepest things will come up here, because Srila Gaura Haridas is the most advanced, the most confidential, has the most confidential relationship with Lord Caitanya. Is bringing in that potency, and is bringing up our deep conditionings that have been there for so long that we will not believe are causing us a difficulty. Johan, we will not embrace that until we're ready. I'm ready. Lalita's ready. We're ready to be able to get through this, because there's nothing more important than to attain more of the Lord. We've attained the Lord now in this lifetime. Daphne, we've attained the Lord. None of us are ever qualified. None of us are ever ready for, all of us have got all sorts of things going off with us. But the Lord has seen beyond all those, transcending all of those difficulties, whatever they might be, in the illusion in the body. We have shown our loyalty. We are showing where our trust lies. We are showing where our faith is. We are showing where we're going every single day. We are showing where the most important place to be with the family and in the Sangha every day, to receive this potency, or that most of the time, as much as you can, because sometimes you need a break, really do. And even Krishna's there as well when you think you're having a break. As well. So I'm saying none of us are ready, none of us are qualified, but here we're showing the strength of our loyalty and our trust, and showing our behavior and where our loyalty does lie, our trust does lie, by simultaneously learning to trust the Lord and learning to let go of the clearings at the same time. It's just like Jesus as one, when the devil tempted him in the desert. Our triggers, our little demons, my little bitch trigger. What's the other one? Being mean, the mean trigger. It's quite cute, actually. The mean trigger. Hallelujah, we are on the way to see the naughty Nottingham crew after a cup of tea and coffee. Brilliant. That's great. Thank you. Back to Tommy saying, when we are really alone, that means we are pure. We are our own original selves, undisturbed by outsiders. No need to compare with others. All of these things, Tom, are all happening to us individually. Some of them have these things more than others, and we're just growing into these things to be pillars, to be able to preach the word of God. There's nothing else that lifts us up. There's nothing else that actually teaches us. Show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I want to go to bed. This is really, showing us our real home. It's consciousness. We have to live this. We have to experience this. We have to go through this to be able to settle into spirit, to be able to know spirit more. After all, we have the greatest spiritual guide teaching us, guiding us, showing us, being able to view a living example, watching, because we like to watching and hearing and receiving this potency from a living example of the teachings of Lord Caitanya. And it's exactly happening here. And we can go through this and talk about this in fine detail, because everything about this path, how we walk this path with each other, especially to this day, after listening for a few years and just being determined, things not happening, and just being determined because Maharaj is so attractive, the Lord being grown in his maturity, coming through Maharaj in his maturity to help us come to this maturity to be able to share. Look at Govinda, his sharing is in maturity, so in much more maturity than before, and it just flows so beautifully. We're here to grow up and have fun and sing and dance with the Lord. Everybody's in that fight and flight. They're serious. Everything's serious and stapled down, and it's real. They're all illusions. We put on that reality on them when they're not reality. We put that on them when we just need to just let it go. People are in that ignorance. Why are you doing that? People are in that ignorance of not understanding the wider knowledge, because how can they? When they're consumed by, their focus, they're consumed by this illusion, and their focus, it's all on top of them like that. And here it's all starting to just come off. This is just explaining it. It's explaining things and what's actually happening, and you will understand it as it happens to you. All the devotees are starting to understand it. The ones that are, screaming, yeah, and all of those, a bit like, no, I won't say that. Yeah, milk drinkers. You don't have to do certain things to get the attention of the Lord. You only have to go and sit with the real bona fide spiritual master who has the Lord residing in him, who, when you listen to him, brings the words alive off the page, who's sharing that potency with you, and you're feeling life, real true life that gives you that inspiration. You can actually see, go and look, I'd say, the beginning of the year at classes of mine, and look at them now and see the change. You can actually view the journey of us going through this walk, walking Raganuga Bhakti and then becoming a Raganuga Bhakta, being a Raganuga Bhakta, walking with Srila Gaura. That's all of us, we're together, brothers and sisters in arms, headed by Srila Gaura Haridas. Yes, this is the round table here. We are learning now. This is the greatest time for us, with all of these troubles being aired, with everything, that's happening. The round table is airing all of our troubles, making those real true bonds by moving out our individual troubles that stop us having a relationship with Lord Caitanya, stop us hearing the word streaming from Maharajas, streaming the mellows of devotion to our hearts. Stop us. They can block those mellows going to our heart as well, so the blocks. And I know this because more so now than ever before, but when my a Muslim boyfriend that I had said to me, all of these blocks and hatred, it stops us knowing God. And when he said that, I thought, wow, that's really attractive. That's really, yeah. I didn't understand it fully. Didn't understand anything really fully. Understood to a certain degree. And now, understanding so deeply all of those things, and coming out and rising out into fresh air, life, can see further and further, not just expressing and going further, not just getting suppressed and depressed and just in this little prison that we build these walls with this consciousness, because we just identify with this material consciousness. We just identify with everything that is happening here. And if you don't understand the things I'm saying, they will become understandable because you'll experience them. That's the greatest way really to understand a lot of things, is to go through experiences. I suppose that even deeper one is trusting the experiences that Srila Guru Haridas has been walking whilst being an ecstatic devotee and having the Lord within him, walking everywhere to experience Vaidis and Gurus and the Gaudiya Math and Vaishnavas and Christians and ecstatic Christians and all these places. And more so recently, the goings on with the governments and the demons here as well. Being here and showing our loyalty and seeing what Maharaj has been doing, what he has been walking, and actually feeling that in your heart and having trust in that, because you know it, you feel that, and you have a knowing to those experiences because you're having them yourself. You're seeing others having them as well, and we share together. There's no point unless we can share this. That's why this is the new frontier, because it's the real spiritual family coming together from all over the world, more and more. And it's just really, I can't begin to tell you how happy I feel about that. That people are learning to be able to accept others for all the things they seem to, be dictated by, the material world. Just accept tolerance and just allow them to go through things. We do it for little children, no matter what they do. Yes, they get told off too early. But here, feeling unsafe, feeling annoyed, feeling frustrated, feeling angry, it's okay here. It's okay here, because here we learn how to communicate that anger. We learn how to release that anger in a safe way. We learn how to really truly grow up and be able to deal with our material attachments. We can transcend them. I like to understand all of these things because it's helping me become more tolerant, more patient. That's what I've needed for Karuna, and it's for everybody else as well. And it's happening here for all of us. Back to Tommy saying to us, living being a Raganuga is not living with a ball and chain on your feet. Now we can really move exactly out of prison, like you say. Yeah, and you know what you're saying is true. It's a gradual process. That is a gradual process for all of us. Sometimes we might want to open the prison door, because we're feeling great, and then somebody says something, triggers us, and we close it again, and we're back in that prison again because we put up that block. Here it is so safe. It's so safe. In order to feel so safe, sometimes we don't feel safe. We need to get and realize, those attachments, they make us, those demons that are named now, the one that doesn't allow me to say no, the one that stops us to stand up for ourselves when we're actually burning ourselves out and we need to say no, but we're trying to help somebody. We need to help ourselves as much as we help ourselves. When we're doing too much to others, that potency doesn't go really to others. It's not strong because we are tired. We need to put boundaries in. And you know what? When we put boundaries in, they burn out themselves. Hi, Yanuman, Lalita Madhava. They burn out themselves. Eternity free, liberated souls, Jai. All of those things are happening here. We have so much more purification to do. But we can see that our hearts are softening. We can see that we have more tolerance, more patience. All of those things that they say in the Gita, they're just becoming like that naturally. The Lord's like that. And we are part and parcel of the Lord. So we are beginning to live in that image in our own individual, authentic personality. We all have a personality. If people want to, I don't know what happened. Maybe when my bodies, they want to become one with the Lord. They cannot serve the Lord. They cannot have a relationship with the Lord. What is that? I don't really think they can, but maybe they feel nice. They feel so great in that light. A lot of New Age people talk about the light. They just talk about being in the light and how the light is great. But it's just a first step. And we can carry on all the steps here. This place is us going through so many things because we have the bona fide spiritual master and other ecstatic devotees now as well, that we can go through this, that we can hold this. The more we do this, the easier it is for others to go through theirs. I've had enough of all of this stuff. I don't know about you. We're allowed to grow here in this space. We need to feel safe. If there's predators and triggers, and you can't feel safe here, the triggers are transcendental triggers because they're only being triggered so you can let go and go closer to the Lord. That's it. They're transcendental here. And I understand people feeling safe, and it's just a feeling. Remember, you're sitting down, you're not going to fall. There's no huge sounds everywhere, because they kind of make us jump for a little time. Here, we start to feel safe. We start to realize that the crust, the things that we have, are secondary now. They're secondary, and they will be extinguished. They will go. We go with the heart now. We go straight to heart everywhere, heart to heart. And all of this falls into place here in the Sangha. And now with Maharaj, leading the way, as always, with this kind of, he said it's not kind of counseling, but I don't know another word to use for it. It is as you're growing into maturity. Look at what Vasudeva did in his maturity. He wrote the Srimad Bhagavatam, and I've been wanting to grow. I want to grow up so we can do the greatest things and receive the Lord to share with others. Whatever people have, whatever your difficulties are, whatever. I'm not listening to that. I'm not agreeing with that. No, you will agree with it. Absolute truth. That's who you are. You are part of that absolute truth. We are actually, coming out of all the illusion and coming out and waking into spirit. We don't wake, with New Age people, you do this here because we're in this world and it's much better than before, but you're still in the illusion. So back to Tommy saying, yes, we can thank Krishna for everything. He facilitates, brings on our path. Purification is the mercy. Purification is the greatest mercy. Purification is our greatest gift. Purification is going to give us everything that we need. Purification, we embrace purification. And like everything, we don't really like it at first, too much. One moment. We don't like it at all. It doesn't feel great. Our parents don't teach us how to, deal with things. And it doesn't feel great. So our spiritual father, bringing through our eternal father, is now guiding us through all of these things, that nobody's been able to really teach us, really. And here it's really happening. And I say this so much because I say it all the time now. This is River Yamuna, Devi Dasi, eternal devotee of Srila Gaura Haridas Bhaktivedanta, being on a kidney machine for 32 years, but that's my consciousness. That's how it's become. And I'm not really on a machine, but I am. But I'm not really. And I know you're thinking, what's she talking about? You transcend it all the sicknesses, all the things, they all become secondary. It's all illusion. They all become secondary in that way. I know we have to deal with them, and we do maintain as much as we can. But we see the hearts of others. We see those, and we push the others out of the way, because if we ignore them, well, not so much, because if people are so held to them, so attached, you have to point them out, Come off it now. Look, this is what you've been doing. This is what it's causing. Now, do you want to carry on doing that? Yeah. Okay, go for it. What can you do when people do that? Just leave it alone. That's it. I'm going to go away. Kruna always says to me, and it's greater now, he says, pick your battles. Now it's easier with many. But first, pick your battles. If somebody's cup is full, what are you going to do? You're going to, unless they come to class and get purified by the greatest spiritual master, who will be able to purify, who does extinguish your attachments, who is extinguishing attachments, then there's more room to be able to share and talk. It's more of a pleasure. It's really nice, actually. It's more than nice. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Anyway, I know you've seen me go through things, but you know me. You've seen the things that I've been going through. You can come and speak and talk. I'm happy to do that because it's getting simpler to be able to transcend other people's stuff now more than before. And some will touch me because it needs to. I need to learn something for myself as well. And it's really happening. This is just going beyond anything that is material. And wow, all glories to Srila Guru Haridas for him bringing in this, the round table for our, our growing up, the round table for growing up the kings and queens, and yeah, and it's really, nobody does that. They do it to a degree, but without the Lord, you can't go any further. With letting go of attachments, that kind of dictate our path, dictate our relationships, because that's why I feel upset the most. Our what they're called, I forgot, attachments, etc., blocks, etc., demons, etc. They dictate our relationships behind the scenes, and they're coming up now. And if we bring them up, they can't hide and do things without our knowledge. When they come up and we name them, we can see them, and they're like, oh my God, they can see me. They can see me that I'm causing all of this havoc. Before I could just do it behind the scene. Now they can see me. Oh my God. And you know what that does? It takes it down. The ignorance that we've had upon this, it comes to light and it takes down these demons. It extinguishes them, it lets them go, and it's just like, Lord Caitanya killing the demons from 5,000 years ago. It's just like that. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. When I was listening to Maharaj talking about the advanced devotees, having lots of purification to do, it's true. It's so true. I'm so glad he said that. First I was going, but they're ecstatic devotees. It's true. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if, you have all of that ecstasy and you're deep, and you can see the beautiful relationships that the devotees have with the Lord more so now than ever. We still have it. We cannot hide in that. We still have the purification. And I tell you what, going through this for Lalita and for Johan, oh my gosh, they will advance so much more and be huge pillars for, and they are already, for everyone. And that's what we're here to do. I didn't think any other work was worth doing than this job, because it gives you the greatest wealth you could take with you when you die. So it's just to come and experience every day, just to come, it's just coming to Christmas dinner every day, in class. We're having a great feast. I have, with my sisters and brothers, they have these amazing Christmas dinners. Oh, it's better than a restaurant. But that isn't real. That is just for the body. And it causes difficulties for the tummy if we overindulge. Here, in the greatest feast that we have here at the Christmas dinner table, it's so satisfying. There's no trouble. It's just so glorifying. It's so addictive. It's so beautiful. It's so uplifting. It so gives you that constant peace. no matter what is happening around you. Forget others out there, the chaos, but it just gives you that peace when everything's going off, and you can see it going off, but the peace is still there because you're in the heart. And if you're in yours, you can see others, and you don't have to deal with all the other stuff. The more we share with each other, and the heart of the Lord, the root of the Lord grows, that seed of devotion grows, and you can see people's Bhakti Lada Beach growing. It's the seed of devotion growing for the Lord. We have this here. We can allow people to grow. Yes, we need to point out people's difficulties. If they disrupt our group, it's okay. Children do that. They run around and do anything. But we know. But the safe space is here. Everybody will get through. Not just like that. It doesn't happen like that. This is the real movie of the Lord. The Lord has decided it's a gradual process for all of us. That is how you guys will be Raganuga Bhaktas, gradually, and it's getting faster and faster. And it's a little bit intense at the first. And the intenseness, it kind of becomes out there. It's happening. Oh, yeah. Krishna's purifying me again. I have to go through this. Oh, don't like Maharaj at the moment. I'm going through this purification. I don't like Maharaj. But I'm still listening to Maharaj, and I still know that it's absolute truth. I still know listening to him will get me through this. But I don't like that purification. But I'm going to go through it because it's not as intense as it was, even though it is. But I can deal with it much better. It's just focusing on the Lord, letting those illusions, that purification happen, less and less without my involvement of fighting with it, because it happens quicker, and they happen differently, different amounts. It gets easier, like everything gets easier. But this is for our eternal path. That's the difference. That's for our temporary world, and we'll come back and do it again. Maharaj used to say to me, Yamuna's going to come back and be on the machine again. I'm like, what's he talking about? I'm going to come. You must be joking. There's no way. And I don't want to. If I have to, well, I don't have to now, because it's all illusionary. And we have these sicknesses, we have these issues, we have all of these different things. A thing on my foot, they're all telling us something else. They're all telling us what we're holding. They're all telling us, we're not just sick. They're actually guiding us to get out of those sicknesses, transcend those things within the body as well. Because I say to Krishna, come on. These things take my attention. And and my focus and attention wants to be with him, with reality, where you're stable, you have full security, and you can really relax, and be able to let go and see what you've never seen really. And actually, maybe you've just forgotten. And remember, hey, Hare Krishna to you, Andromeda, so colorful as well. Back to Tommy saying, let's see what. Okay. So you put a verse up. The original inhabitants of Vrindavan are attached to Krishna spontaneously in devotional service, and this is what we are learning. We are learning to become naturally spontaneous devotees of the Lord, and we haven't been for a long time, but here we're learning that. Don't think we're Raganuga Bhaktis, more so than ever before. We're learning that to do that. To become as that. Nothing can compare to such spontaneous devotional service. Nothing at all. Nothing at all compares to this. Nothing compares to absolute truth. There's nothing at all here that compares to absolute truth. There's only absolute truth. That is our full security. That is the foundation that we build our temples upon within, and they're secure. They're not flirty. They won't fall down. Yes, if you leave the shelter, they may become covered and lost again. But here, they're getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So, which is called Raganuga Bhakti. Yeah, When a devotee follows in the footsteps of the devotees of Vrindavan, his devotional service is called Raganuga Bhakti. Absolutely, because we're identifying now with what is real, what is eternal. We're identifying with that. We are learning to be spontaneous. We are learning to just be and just have experience with walking with God, with walking with the spiritual family together on this, and just be in that. And actually you just fall into gradually being a Raganuga Bhakta. You know, we are Raganuga Bhaktas more so than ever before. Spontaneous devotion. Who knows what Krishna was going to say when before I started this class, but I do have Krishna. What are you going to say today? What are you going to do today? I have transcendental still anxiety, but it's teeny and it's okay, but it doesn't stop me doing this. And when it does, I need to stop to process something, to be able to do beautiful classes, more beautiful classes. And Maharaj is a Raganuga Bhakta truly teacher, guide, instructor, and is made Raganuga Bhaktas. But we are still here, and we are still here, not but, we are still here in this potency. But we're aloof, as Tarun Krishna Das said yesterday, we're aloof to it now. We can see all of its manipulation. We can see its deception. We can see the lies. We can see what people are hiding. We can see how to, we know because of Krishna, how to, he shows us all of this. It's not us. We can learn how to adapt with people's, what Maharaj calls the crust. Just go with the heart. You know, everybody needs to come home. They're tired, they're lost, they're frustrated, they're exhausted, they're walking on eggshells, they're scared. Come home. Come home. We don't need to go anywhere to come home. It happens here. And it's true. The fairy tales are true. They're more true than the other stuff. The films, they have some truth in them. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. It's time. Because I know you're scared. And I know you got a lot of baggage in there. I know it's about to explode, you know, and here you can really be able to rest. All of those things that we have done, all of the karma that we are facing, all of the things that we hide, it can all be dealt with here only because the Lord resides here upon us, within us, around us, omnipotent. And we are starting to feel all of that. And this comes by just getting addicted to these words. It comes by actually coming to story time. Like I said, coming to the Christmas dinner table every day, receiving that feast with no problems with the stomach, just being showered with that mercy every day here at Christmas dinner. And a real feast where we have the jokers and we have all the other devotees here joining in that, and anybody can be coming. But most people can't, because this is so advanced now. Many people can't deal with this because they're children hiding so many things, children that won't admit things, children. Hey, children. One moment. Oh my goodness, come on. Children that won't accept things. Children that are going, no. Children that don't want to receive things, they can't come here. It's too much, you know. But you can come and talk to us individually if you can't come to the classes. Come and speak to us. And I will always tell you to go to the classes. Like Maharaj was saying, how Govinda has changed recently in, you know, in who he is, in really being that deep Raganuga Bhakta, in being able to, oh my God, he's been going around the world, you know, meeting devotees and helping them maintain their individual relationships with the Lord. Wow. And happened to me too. You might not believe it, but it has. People say they're scared of me. It's okay. It's okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. It's so great. So 1 minute, I'm just going to read these before I put you on. Back to Tommy saying, Chaitanya Ancha Leela, chapter 5, verse 51. Srila Ramananda Rai is situated on the path of spontaneous love of Godhead. Therefore, he is in his spiritual body and his mind is not materially afflicted. Absolutely. And the thing is, we associate with the Vrindavan devotees. We associate with them. We are in that potency. We are identifying with that now. That's where our identification comes from. Eternity, reality, which is eternity. It comes from that now, which is stable and secure for us to grow upon, instead of this illusion, which is moving all the time. We're falling down. We don't really learn anything. We just get slapped around all the time by Maya Devi. And here we are spending time with the Vrindavan devotees. From them, now we have Vrindavan devotees here in the Sangha and spending time with them. People need to have reality. People need to see the living devotees. They need that. That is how we learn. And it works, and it's working for us. We go to school by looking at a teacher. That is fake school. We come here to spiritual school by hearing from the Raganuga teacher who's bringing in that truth for us to be able to be lifted out of all of this, lifted out of the prison walls that we've built ourselves, and really see. Daphne is saying, replying back to Tom, very true. Our first task is to find our own true self. Only then we can help or judge others. Exactly. So we don't need to burn ourselves out to helping all the other devotees. Charity begins at home. We need to take our time, take our rest when enough is enough, because then when we go and share again, they get it. They get the fullness of it, because we're not burnt out. We're taking our time and resting, and then going and giving more and more and more, and we are associating with Vrindavan devotees more that are living now here. They're all in spirit and they're here. A lot of them are here with us, but now we have them here, and they're holding us all to become real Vrindavan devotees ourselves, where the only truth comes from Vrindavan residents. The only truth comes from Vrindavan residents. And that is why we are receiving and really growing, really leaving this place and understanding and becoming like our Lord and seeing what is happening to others. Really seeing that, what is happening to others. I'm going to bring the devotees on. There you go. Why not? Let's do it. There you go. Oh, I did it wrong. And let's do it again. It should work.
Hey, the naughty Nottingham crew. We're on the road almost, Lee.
You know what? You're giving us that label. We're going to have to live it out.
Naughty Nottingham crew. The naughty Nottingham crew. We love you.
So you'll be leaving soon?
Yeah, Philip's just having a little splash wash, and
okay.
Yeah, we're on the road almost. Okay. Look at that lovely smile.
So your signals are terrible. Our signals are all, we're like robots. I don't know. It's not happening on Facebook, but on here we're like robots moving around like that. Yeah, I say we're like robots. We're transcendental robots. So just reading some more of these comments. Back to Tom. It's all roboting now. So after Sunny Ram is here. Hare Krishna to you. Hope you're okay. Yes.
It's fine. It's fine on Facebook. Oh no, fine on YouTube. On YouTube, yeah. It's fine.
I'm looking. It's fine. It was doing this yesterday. So maybe, I don't know what's happening with the internet. You're all right on the internet. We're all right. So we'll watch the internet.
It's just Facebook is having troubles keeping up with Restream. So
is that what it is? It's just happened recently. So anyway, so excuse me.
Look at my big cheeks.
I see them every day.
Big fat fucking things.
Yeah, but you're just looking externally.
I know that, but I also see externally too, and my fucking cheeks look fat.
Yeah, I got a fat belly. Sorry. So let's carry on for a little while anyway. So it's all messed up now. I'm watching, so Andromeda's watching on YouTube. She's saying Hare Krishna to you guys. I don't know if you can see. Very tired. Okay, shall I read? Or you want to be here while I read? Or do you want to chat? We'll read. Okay. I'm going to read from the Chaitanya Mangala. So I won't be able to see the comments. It's all kind of funny at the moment. So I'm on chapter...
Because when you're reading, you don't need to read the comments, do you?
No, sometimes I do. You just want me to kind of read like a robot. Well, sometimes I want to see the comments. You know, it's nice. Well, I can't now, so there you go. All glory to Srila Gaura Haridas. The bona fide spiritual master, one's life is a glorification to Srila Gaura Haridas. All glories to all the Vrindavan devotees who are around us all the time, watching what we are doing, bringing this new frontier for us, you know, to be able to walk forward. They must be dancing and dancing all the all the time. I can't look at that anymore with it moving. Oh, glory to Maharaj. Thank you so much. Oh my God. The greatest debt that I have to pay is this is the greatest debt that one wants. We have a debt. It's what we've received from our bona fide spiritual master, and it's an eternal debt that we want to pay. It just happens really naturally. All glories to Srila Gaura Haridas. All glories to Srila Prabhupada for ordering Srila Gaura Haridas to bring Raganuga Bhakti to life, to bring it to life so we could see it. And we too, by hearing regularly, could become more and more Raganuga Bhaktas. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. I'm not really going to look at the screen because it's all going funny. I'm reading from Chaitanya Mangala, which is by Lokana Das. And this is the second chapter. And I'm actually reading about the power of Radharani's pure love. I'm on the second paragraph of that. So we're going to continue just from there. There's no way I could do this if I still had certain demons running around in me. And that's what's happened coming here, listening to Maharaj. It's removed those demons that that stop you doing things. And in fact, I'm glad they did, because I didn't want to play too much with this world. And it's become easier to let go of things as well. So, okay, let's go. You, however, are the Supreme Lord. So how can you understand this ecstasy? Besides me, only Shrimati Radharani knows how to relish the mellows of love and taste the highest transcendental pleasure. Although devotees discuss these topics throughout the day and night, they are always amazed by the unique the unique qualities of Radharani's pure love for you. Lakshmi Devi, the goddess of fortune, Lord Brahma, the demigods, and the goddesses are all eager to serve your lotus feet. By receiving the nectar of your feet, they all attained spontaneous loving devotion. And this is what we're doing. We are hearing the mellows of devotion from the devotee Srila Gaura Haridas, who is as good as God, And we are becoming attached. We are more and more attached to the lotus feet of absolute truth, attached to absolute truth, because that feeds us with everything that we need. What else is there that we can do? We've attained the Lord, and now we are receiving this potency. I remember Lalita saying one year, this is our real inheritance. Forget our inheritance. This is the only inheritance that we need, which is absolute truth. And it gives us everything. And we don't pay tax on it from the government. Okay, so I'll read more. Krishna, Krishna. And what we have received because of Maharaj being so advanced. The Brahma hasn't received it. They're still all eager to receive this ecstasy as well. Okay, let's carry on. We've received more than Brahma. We've received more than the demigoddesses and the demigods by simply hearing regularly from Srila Gaura Haridas. The things that they don't know, the relationship that they don't understand, we are receiving here every day, and it's becoming tight, so real. There's no going back. There's no going back to that world. If we go back, anyway, there's no going back. Not for the greater good of this Sangha and this new frontier that we are bringing forward. Wow, we know so much. We have been given so much more by receiving the nectar of your feet. They all attain spontaneous devotional service. Kamala, the goddess of fortune, who always lies on your bed, enjoying your kisses and loving embrace. This is what we do to our children. You know, we embrace them, we kiss them, we hold them as they grow. Karuna's looking like, what am I talking about? But I understand that with you.
Don't mix up parental kissing with Lakshmi kissing Krishna.
It's similar,
okay?
Karuna.
That's rasabas.
No, it's not. It is to you, but that's because that's where you are. It's like we start to feel like our parents when we're younger. You know, they comfort us, they care for us, they hold us as we grow. We are held here as we grow. We are being held. We are being comforted. We are being kissed. We have been embraced. I've heard this as well, more so from Lalita, and how she talks about her relationship
Totally,
with the
because I just got
residents. Huh?
Whatever you said there. Just I went, oh yeah, there is that feeling of parental love in conjugal. I never saw that before.
Well, with conjugal, you get all of them. That's why we go for the highest. That's what Maharaj is teaching. And so we get all of that.
That's not why we go for it. We're attracted to it. We don't go for it because it's the highest. We are actually attracted to it because that's our natural state.
Yeah, I suppose Maharaj has brought us to that natural state, which is brilliant. More than brilliant.
No, Srila Gaura Haridas has brought us to that natural state. We had that natural state to begin with. Srila Gaura Haridas is reminding us of it.
By being a living example of it, so we can remind it. But still, Karuna, even though you say that, yes, we are all like that. We all have the Lord, and we've all forgotten because people are so covered. They have to go through the process that Lord Caitanya came to show us, and Maharaj is teaching that. He lives that process, and he's been showing us that process to remind us, like you said. But we can't just be reminded like that, Karuna. It doesn't happen like that all the time. People have to slowly look at Johan. He can't even get rid of that block, and he's an advanced ecstatic devotee.
Oh, now the gloves are off.
No, because I really like Johan. You know, he's all right. He just finds me difficult.
I like old Johan. He's all right.
He finds me difficult. But the thing about it is, it's a gradual. You know, we can't mislead people here, Karuna. It's a gradual process. It's a resting process for people to come out of the traumas, the darkness, the danger, the fear. Come out of that. It's gradually, because you know, we hide things that we don't even know are there. And if we point them out, like with Lalita, you know, something's coming off in her that she didn't even realize is there, that's been there for so long. And I have had that. I have had that as well. You know, and they're coming up, and it's the greatest thing that we can do is to show these demons to others, you know, and see the process, so others can see the process of letting them go, instead of we have just appeared. We just appeared as this Sangha like some magic, you know. No, we're gradually showing the process to become this magical Sangha for everyone.
The magical Sangha.
Yeah. And we are becoming You know, we're bringing, you know, Maharaj is bringing Vrindavan.
Hey, we brought the guitar. He's bringing a guitar. I'm all ready.
No, it's not your class, so you can't. So be quiet. I'm reading. No, you can play it quietly. You can play it quietly, Karuna, if you want. Okay,
right.
let's keep going. Okay, where was I? Okay, even after enjoying, even after enjoying so much happiness, the goddess of fortune longs for the mercy achieved by serving your lotus feet. Only Radharani. Only Radha. Okay, so is the goddess of fortune who lies on his chest.
He doesn't lie on his chest, you bastard. She lies on his feet.
On it, huh?
Yeah.
Say that again.
She lies at his feet.
Okay. Is she serving his feet?
Yeah.
She's constantly serving his feet, isn't she?
That's day in, day out, baby. That's all she does.
All the time.
All the live long day. Serving those feet.
So even after enjoying so much happiness, because she's serving the lotus feet of Krishna all the time, the goddess of fortune longs for the mercy achieved. Longs. It says longs for the mercy achieved by serving your lotus feet. So if she has it by serving him all the time, why does she long for it?
She has it in Vishnu form. She's an Anantashay. She can't actually tap into Vrindavan Leela.
Right, that's clear. Thank you. Thank you. Brilliant. Thank you. Only Radharani who enjoys with you in Vrindavan can understand this completely. And this is why we are being lifted up to becoming Vrindavan residents more so. Srila Gaura Haridas is the guru. He is an advanced.
He's the guru. He's the guru.
He is a Vrindavan resident.
Srila Gaura Haridas is the guru.
And we know that, by Govinda, we know that because of our own experiences now. That's how we know that. But we know that more so because of our own experiences. And, you know, all of those gurus out there, they can all be Vrindavan residents if they want, but they choose to be living in their material pride. They can just come here and become Vrindavan residents quite quickly, actually. You know, so you know what? It's really, they cut off their nose to spite their own faces as well. But I suppose because it's so easy now, with everybody, anyone coming here and receiving the potency of the Lord and actually becoming bionic men and women, I feel like a bionic woman, actually, literally.
Is Govinda here?
He keeps popping in and popping off. He's not here right now, but they're getting ready to travel anyway.
Yeah, going down the lift to knock off his internet.
I didn't hear that. It was all
knocking off his yes, by going down the lift of the apartment, it will knock off his internet. Sugar Haridas live now.
Oh yeah, he's live. Okay, we'll come off. Okay, thank you very much.
No, should come on here. He should come on here.
Well, he's not, and it's 108, so I'm coming off. It's 108, Corona. I'm coming off. Thank you very much to all the devotees that were here. It's just you and me, so we'll go because it's just you and me. See ya.
Always and forever.
John, Tom wanted to join. I didn't see that. I forgot to put the.
You didn't. You put it on your profile.
But I usually put it on here as well. I usually paste it on here. But let's go. We're going to chat now. Bye.
Yeah.
Are you downstairs?
I'm in the caravan.
You're in the caravan. Could you make the juice?
Yeah.
And then we'll go shopping. We'll watch Maharaj a bit. We'll watch Maharaj, have our juice, watch Maharaj, and then go shopping. In fact, I can't even see comments because it's all over the place. Oh, I'm sorry, Tom. He wanted to join. Didn't realize.
You still can.
No, they've all gone. There's only one person. That's you.
Is Tom gone?
Everybody's gone.
Oh, okay.
Bye.
See you guys.